Oh, of course, we do say blessed love to each and everyone. Give thanks to life, giver and the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie the First. Of course, you know you're definitely in the tiger's nest, and what I'm going to show to you in a moment is a wonderful presentation that we made to the children of this island as it relates to the prize giving ceremony of the essay competition that we had for Black History Month. And this is so wonderful. You're going to see the children reading their essays and smiles on their faces and all things bright and beautiful. Just highlighting, of course, that it is just in a few days, just a week or so. We're talking about Wednesday, the 14th of April, 2021. The Honorable Priest Isaac's online lectures present. Listen to me, this is a must see lecture. Chalice in Wonderland. This ain't no joke, eh? As I said, Wednesday, the 14th of April, 2021. This will be at 7 p.m. That's in the evening, Eastern Standard Time. And of course, the admission is only $20 United States currency. And of course, you could definitely make your reservation, reserve your spot, I should say, by use of the Cash App. And remember, when you make your payments using the Cash App, which of course is in the description below, the link to the Cash App will be in the description below. But when you make your payments to the Cash App, which is Atonra2723, be sure to email us so that we know you made that payment. And of course, it is through the email that we will be sending you your electronic key. And of course, if there's any problem whatsoever in the use of Cash App, you could definitely email us precise27@gmail.com and we will work out the financial transaction. Listen, man, this is a must see. I don't know how many of you are taking this lecture serious. Sometimes I tend to believe that up to this time we haven't really understood the levels that we bring when it comes to these things. This ain't no cartoon lecture, yo. This ain't, if you've watched any of our fairy tale, Folly Days, Nursery Crimes, look at the video we did on Snow White or the Pinocchio or any of this stuff that's right there on YouTube. And you take it in. This ain't no Saturday morning cartoon show. This is real stuff. Maybe they set it up as Saturday morning cartoon, but we are revealing exactly what the whole meditation and hidden messages are all about. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. But for sure, remember, if you are a subscriber to this radio program, which radio program? The Shock of the Hour, which comes to you every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. From you, a subscriber to the Shock of the Hour, you know for sure you don't even have to wonder about paying for your lecture. You are definitely automatically in the lecture hall. But for sure, you got to pay to be a subscriber to the Shock of the Hour. For sure, you could get your monthly subscription, or of course, your 6 month subscription, or even your yearly subscription. And that means you would get this radio program every night. Every night. I have subscribers that don't even come to YouTube anymore. They just cock up their foot and every night they get the new program. And yeah, there it is. Differently, that's the radio program now. The radio version, the Shock of the Hour. Definitely, you could be a part of that by subscribing today. And just keep in mind that all of our books, all of our ebooks are definitely there on Amazon for those who prefer to patronize Amazon. Well, it's up to you. You could definitely do that and get the books, both Anu, Ancient and Modern, the True Biblical Land of Israel, and of course, the heavens declare the glory. And of course, let me just remind you that your chalice is still here waiting for you. Well, it's your chalice because you haven't called me for it as yet, so it's still here waiting for you for sure. You could definitely order your chalice, which is the Holy Grail for sure, and we will ship it straight to you. Your natural, all natural coconut clay and bamboo chalice, and we ship that straight to you. All you got to do is email us precise27@gmail.com. I think by now everyone knows the email, and the chalice goes straight with the chalice in Wonderland.
Up as a child, of the things that happen. But we are not here to fool anybody today. I mean, when Priest Isaac say he's going to do something on the 1st of April, it has nothing to do with fooling the children. It's all about acknowledging their work and, of course, the great things they would have done. He's piling up the stuff there on the table there. Good afternoon, Priest. How are you?
Yes, my brother, I'm wonderful. It's a joy to be, of course, with Brother Dave Lester Payne once again here on Observer Radio. And as you said, it's a wonderful day. They refer to it as Holy Thursday, isn't it?
Yes, they do.
The first day of April, which is in some cultures, they see it as a brand new year. The new year. Some cultures, some Hebrew cultures see the 1st of April as a new year.
There's one thing you always educate.
First, I have it as All Fools Day, you know.
But that was then. This is still going on now. A lady tried to fool me this morning. Good afternoon. Priest, it's all about the winners of Black History Essay Competition.
Yes,
and then we'll be talking about the East and all that. But first of all, just for the general public who are not aware of what went down, where we are, how did this start, don't be afraid to establish that foundation once again.
Okay, and even before we go, Brother Kyle, I don't know if you could just help me to just give Sister Gemma a word for me, please. I was supposed to tell her I was on the air, but I didn't get a chance.
Okay.
Okay, good. Now, yes, my brother, as you know, every February, Black History Month, African History Month, we definitely do the essay competition. This would have been the 8th year that we would have embarked on such a journey. And I must say this has been what I would consider the most productive year thus far, because I'm happy to say at least 20 to 25 children really brought in their essays.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's very much so. We usually get, 8, 7, even 10, I think the most, but to see that it is now improving and even parents, I'm sure, would have had a part to play in that, encouraging their young ones to, take up the pen and the paper or even the computer and type what they think about African history and heritage. So just to give an idea again to the public who may not have had an idea of exactly what we do, every February around this time, we ask children between the ages of 7 and 17 to write an essay, obviously different amount of words depending on the category. You have 3 categories, or 3 different divisions, I should say, which is the senior, the intermediate, and the junior divisions, and they all have the same topic. Every year it's the same. It is, what does African history / heritage mean to me? I've never changed it up to now. And you would be surprised the sort of answers you get for that one. And I might read a special one that I quite like, depending on the time that we have today.
Today?
So, yeah.
You got 2 hours?
I hear you. So we so we definitely, this year, we have 3 winners for each of the categories. And what we usually do, we get gifts. We get gifts, specifically laptops, tablets. This year we have a laptop for the winner of the senior category or division. We have a laptop for the winner of the junior, and a tablet for the winner of, the winner of the intermediate gets a laptop as well, and the winner of the junior gets the tablet. So we have young Princess Naisha Rainbow Chidik here with us.
Little Chidik, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
How are you?
I'm fine.
And that's you in this beautiful national dress of Antigua and Barbuda?
Yes.
When did you take this picture? When did she take this picture?
She took it on the 1st of November last year.
Last year? Okay, good. Wait, you take picture? I remember when you take a picture. Are you? Oh, you may talk to me. What school do you attend?
I go to Sunnydale Primary School.
Sunnydale Primary School. Did you approve of this picture? Because Priest sent it to me. Did he ask for your approval? Don't look at her. Look at me. Tell them what's on your mind. In this place, the children speak freely. He did not consult you. He just gave it to me, right? What is this? She got manners. The priest.
I hear you.
She got manners. Yeah, but this is a cute picture. Kyle, I don't know if you can zoom in on this. And of course, because she's sitting in the chair, and she's very petite.
Yes.
And so I want them to. They can see this, Kyle? Okay, great. That's a child. And Kyle, what we're going to do here, we have a production team coming in. I think it's about 3 o'clock. We may have to give them some of the stuff that they missed via Facebook here.
Yes.
I don't know. There's a team out of London They told me they're going to try to get here by 3 o'clock. It was for 2, and now I got a message saying, because we wanted them to record all of this to show the children around the world when they get back to London.
So Princess Naisha, she's 9 years of age.
9 years.
9 years of age, and I think within her division there was about 11 entries. So she really did marvelous in her presentation. Just as I told.
Kylie got Gemma.
And just as I, told her mom, really, that I must say that the competition was stiff. In fact, even as it relates to presentation, there were a few that had, I would say, a little better presentation, but overall, especially the quality of what she wrote for her age, I was impressed, and she won the first prize. So the first prize for the good Princess Naisha is an Alcatel 1T10 tablet.
Before we go any further, let me say a very special good afternoon. Good afternoon. And of course, this is her adopted mom.
Yes.
Okay. And your name is?
Mrs. Peets, Judith Peets.
Yeah, well, I know you, but I wanted to tell them how Judith Peets.
Yes.
I just wanted, but tell us about the little child here. Tell us about her, because she's all smile.
Naisha is a very sweet little girl. I try to encourage them. Being a teacher myself, I encourage them whenever there's like a competition for something to be written or to read something, I encourage them to do it. So I told them this competition is coming up, and start thinking of your ideas. And so she got her ideas together and she wrote it, and I sort of fixed it up, helped her to correct her grammar and so on, and then she rewrote it. And amazingly, I forgot all about sending it in.
You did?
So on the last day, I think the end of the time to bring it in, my older daughter said to me, "You didn't have a competition that those children were writing about?" So I said, "Yes, what is the deadline?" And she said, "But it's today." So I had to rush to just take it in. So I just looked at it, made sure she had no mistakes, and took it in, yes.
Look at that. And she ends up the winner in her category. So how are you today?
I'm fine.
That you understand the subject matter that you did? The story? You understand what you were writing about?
Yes.
Okay. And what was it like for you? Because I know Lady Pete's assisted you, but when they told you about it, the other children in your classroom participated also? The other children participated?
No, it was, remember, we were not at school.
I know, but the other students?
There was one other student, yes, who was actually at my house. So she also took part, yeah.
Okay, good.
But she's older.
All right.
Yeah.
So of course.
She would have been in the intermediate.
So what's your favorite subject?
Spelling.
Spelling
And maths.
And maths? You love maths?
Yes.
That's good. That's good. Do you now that you school reopens on the 12th, right?
Not fully.
Not fully.
Just the older classes.
Just the older classes. So of course you still have to be working from home, online. So you do your subjects online. I'm going to turn your chair this way now, because you keep looking over there to Miss Pete. But tell us about the poem. But whoa, hold it. Kyle is at the control.
Fan.
Let's say good afternoon and congratulations to the winner, Miss Chidik. And of course, Miss Chidik, you're going to read that competition piece that you submitted, that you emerged the winner. You keep looking at Miss Tweets. I tell you, we're going to switch you over here somewhere so you can't see her. So let's go right ahead there. Read the poem for the world to hear. And they can see you too. Huh? Go right ahead.
Hello. My name is Naisha Rainbow Chidik, and my topic is what my African heritage means to me. I am a 9-year-old student, and I believe that it is very important for us Antiguans and even Caribbean people to preserve our African culture and heritage. It is very important for the older people to teach us young people the traditions and customs which have been passed on from our great-great-great-grandparents, so that we can learn about our African heritage. It is also important for us young people to be aware of ourselves and we learn about our Black history and celebrate Black History Month. We must wear our natural hair and our African clothes and jewelry with pride because these things show others that we are proud of our African heritage. Our African culture can even be seen in some of our foods, dances, and even music. I especially like eating foods which first came from Africa, such as okras, and as a young dancer, I really enjoy dancing to African rhythms.
That's it?
Yes.
Okay, I tell you one thing though. You speak so good.
Thank you.
You are so welcome.
I think it speak,
My goodness, what was that? What is that?
I think it speak well.
Eh?
Not speak well.
Oh my goodness, young lady. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, so how much work you put into this? You had to do some research?
Yes.
Okay, so you dance with the dance troupe or the dance group, huh?
Yes.
Okay, so did what dance are you practicing right now? You doing any African dance?
No, I'm doing soca and some ballet.
Oh, you're doing ballet?
Yes.
Okay, so you teach them well.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of
Yes.
everything. So, Priest,
Yes,
of
my
course, you could make the presentation. Priest Isaac, of course, will make the presentation.
Well, Princess Naisha, that was a wonderful read that you gave us there of your essay. As I said, you went over several people in your class just to win the first prize today. So for all the people that are watching, they're watching you so you could wave to them if you want to. And I'm sure some of your
That's
friends.
your camera over
Hi,
there.
everybody.
I'm sure.
Hi, everybody.
Oh my. And I'm sure your friends are listening. So I would like to present you with your brand new Alcatel 1T tablet. That
Thank
is
you.
yours. Blessed love, and thank you very much. And next year, feel free to try again.
So they can always
Come
participate.
again. It's
They can
all
always
right.
participate.
Please come again.
Any special thing you want to talk about? Anything you want to say? She looks up in the
Yes.
heavens. Tell me, I'm
I
listening.
hear that? Yes.
Thank you for this Alcatel tablet. And I'm happy for coming here to introduce my essay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
First time you come in here, right?
Yes.
You like what you see? You like the place?
Yes.
Oh, good. All right, good. Okay. Again, of course, we want to say congratulations to you.
Thank you.
For really staying with the children, especially
Yes.
during this pandemic that we're going through.
A very difficult time.
Yeah.
They need so much support.
And how is it with the schooling? How is it working out?
Well, sometimes it's difficult. The online doesn't always work. Some children don't have internet. Some children, they are dependent on their parents' devices. So when the parents go to work, they have to wait until they come back to get the work done. So it's a challenge. So we supplement that with giving the children packages. We prepare work packages every week, and they collect the packages. So they have that as well as the internet. And we encourage them to do their research as much as possible. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
That's very good. And you'd be surprised, my brother. That was like an impetus to make sure every section had a prize this year. I wish it was first prize, second prize, and third prize. But give thanks, though.
And of course, the winners are collecting today.
Yes, and we'll talk about some of the sponsors afterwards.
Okay, well, while we're doing that, Kyle, did we secure the other folks? Okay, bring them in. Again, Lady Chidik, thanks a lot for being with us today. Congratulations again. And here's hoping that you'll keep on trying, keep on dancing, and keep working up that match, lady. Because if you succeed in that, you'll be a champion. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Thanks a lot, dear.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Kyle is not there, but we can continue speaking.
Well,
Kyle,
yes, my brother. No.
Yeah, we take a quick break, and then so we can get the others in here.
Wonderful, and definitely while he takes that commercial break, let me definitely, give thanks for Sister Rainbow Chidik, and that was such a wonderful presentation, but you're going to see the rest of the presentation in a moment. But let me just remind everyone, of course, it's all about the international homeschool. Of course, our international homeschool program. This is sent out throughout the whole world. So if you have a child, whatever age the child is, even yourself, we could definitely begin your whole adventure as it relates to astronomy and African history and heritage. If it's one thing I could tell you, if you are serious about your child having an appreciation for African history and heritage, you would make them be a part of this international homeschool program. I'm just telling you straight off, if you're serious. I know you're doing a good job. I know that, but you could always do with some help. And I am telling you, if you are serious, you could read them this book, show them that video, carry them to the museum. I mean, that may work. But if your child is a part of Priest Isaac's, trust me, international homeschool program, they will develop a newfound love. You don't even have to put too much effort into that for their African history and heritage. Of course, astronomy as well. But I'm telling you for sure, if you're trying to grow some love and strengthen whatever is there already within the heart of your child for Africa, contact me, priestisaac27@gmail.com, and be a part of the international homeschooling program. All right, Dave, let's the pain.
Thank you for staying with us on this beautiful afternoon. Priest Isaac, tell me about this young man.
Well, we have young John Jermaine with us now.
John Jermaine?
Yes, and he actually surmounted all of the competition basically in the intermediate section of this year's African History Month essay competition. I do have his essay in front of me. He is 11 years old, and as I said, I would say that not only was...
He's 10.
He's 10.
Yeah.
Oh, please forgive me. Well,
Mommy here. Mommy's a tall.
Even better.
Picked in the region every year.
I hear you. But what was really outstanding about his presentation, to be honest, more than any, well, the presentation itself of his essay was very outstanding, and I must say, this is just a little interesting story. His sister Joel, she's here too. Actually have her...
Joel, put up your hand in the back there.
Actually have her essay, and her presentation is equally outstanding too. It just so happened that the person next to her, so mystic that they're sitting together, kind of edged her out as far as the quality of the essay, but she also did a marvelous job. This brother and sister combination, they both did a marvelous job. But his was extremely unique.
Unique?
Unique. He was highlighting sports.
Wow.
And their African origin.
Can you hold it up something?
Yeah. So
no, open the page. You sure?
okay. Yes.
Open the stuff.
So it really stood out. What about this camera here? Brother?
No, give me. Let me hold it.
No, I have it perfect.
Oh, you can see?
I can see.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you can see inside.
Engineer extraordinaire.
Okay.
Yeah, so you could see, and I don't know if he's going to read any of it for us today, but...
Yes, he will.
Okay, well, basically you'll get a better idea.
John, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm good.
What school do you attend?
I attend Baptist Academy of Antigua.
Okay, how did you get involved with this? How did you hear about this?
My dad, he brought it home and told us that there's a essay going on about African heritage, and if you win, you can get a computer.
Yeah.
So, and that time, they were doing online classes, and we needed some devices. So my sister and I we joined.
Participated?
Yeah, we participated.
Are you hoping to win a prize?
Yes.
A sister behind you sitting down?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. So you wanted to make certain that you work towards getting one of the, of course, computers so it can assist you with your online schoolwork.
Yes.
And you're fortunate. You won. So tell me now, let me hold up this. I want him to see. I like John, 10 years old. Yeah, now what would Priest Isaac saying he's 11? Mommy say you're going to be 11 in October, right, Mom?
Yes.
Good afternoon, Mom. How are you?
Good afternoon.
Tell me about your son and, of course, your daughter. And at least you're at home with them when they're putting this competition together.
Yes. For a matter of fact, it's just a unique situation in that I really want to thank Priest Isaac,
Yes, I love my
for the
sister.
gesture. I'm an educator, and the challenge is real. And so we have the online, platform to work from. And I had my phone only. And so I had to work from home as well as now,
So you're working with your with
the
your
son
students.
also needed, my son also needed a device as well as I needed to work from home. But the thing about it, I also have a landline, so I'm more down the line of counseling. So I'm, one of the school counselors. I use the landline to do the psychosocial with my students, and I gave him the phone, but it was still a challenge because I needed my phone to work from. So when my
What about
husband
your
came,
daughter?
well, she's in secondary and she had a computer from first form.
Oh.
But the condition of it at this point, yes.
Okay.
Yes, but we are grateful. We're not complaining. We're grateful, and that my husband brought it home, and we said, okay, we're gonna go, really try and, and see, we discussed it as a family. But we're grateful for the gesture, and
I appreciate that too.
I tell you,
What was it like preparing for the children, getting the preparation for this lesson? Can I see John? Can I see? Because I want to look at
to
the.
be honest with you, we just had a discussion as a family that we're gonna go after this, and our son, he's more down. He loves a lot of sports.
Yeah.
All right, he's very energetic. He wants to be a basketball player in the future.
Yeah.
Yes,
Big money, that's
what
John.
he wants to
Oh, you
become.
mean John?
And so,
Big money.
yeah, we just had a discussion that, okay, you could possibly use down the lines of your interests and your gifts, and that was it. To be honest with you, that was it.
What about your daughter? Because she won't be on with us today, but of course, like Priest Isaac said, her contribution was awesome also.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They took off from there. They worked on their own. I'm being honest with you. They worked on their own, and this is what was presented. Then they came and they presented to us, and we listened to what they read, and we're like, I think I told them maybe one or two, words, say that you could pull out this, but that was it. She writes well. He writes well also, and for a matter of fact, I have been collecting her pieces from since she was in grade 5, and we're hoping to in the future to publish them.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
You know what, sister, come on over here. Come on over here, sister. Come, I want them to see who you are.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go stand up right
Next to
here.
mommy.
To take off your mask, man. How they gonna identify you? But what school do you attend?
I attend the Baptist Academy as well.
The Baptist Academy. Oh, boy.
See, fifth
Well,
form.
you really look like a boss, but you tall, man. You make us look short in here. Well, precise that
Well.
you're late. Congratulations to you. And of course, for the effort, I couldn't have you here sitting down, even though you did not win. And knowing that, was it difficult for you preparing? Cause speak in the microphone, because I want you. No, you can stay right there. She can be. Yeah.
So, it wasn't difficult. I just I did my research, of course, and the writing part was a bit easy because I love to write.
Okay.
So, yes.
Okay. Good. Okay. All right. Well, let's get back to John. John, you're the star right now, and of course, we didn't want your sister to be left out, so we include her since you guys in the same household. Now, what we want you to do, John, what's your favorite subject?
Bible and math.
Math too?
Yeah.
Okay, so you like Bible studies?
Yes.
Okay,
You
great.
should listen to the next hour,
What we want you to do, John, is to. Did any other member? Are you aware of any other student in your class who participated outside you and your sister?
No.
You're not aware.
No.
Okay. Are you going to be reading the poem for us today?
Yes,
You-
I
you-
would.
You will? Okay, good. No problem. Yeah, wait a minute. Open that page again, the front page. How did you select those sportsmen and women that, it's all men, I think I see.
Different types of sports.
Yeah. How did you select those?
I did my research, and then when I was doing the different sports, I searched up everybody who had participated in the different sports, and then I just took their pictures of them and so.
Okay, good. All right. So let's hear your poem. John is with us today, and he's the winner of the intermediate.
Yes, the intermediate.
Okay.
Essay.
I have always loved to play sports and be a part of physical activities. My parents have always encouraged me in being very active in sports games. I sometimes ask myself why I have this passion for sports and physical activities. Well, now I know it is an African heritage given to me from my ancestors. There are several sporting activities that were invented in Africa during history. Gunny, which is also known as stick fighting, is a banned popular game in South Africa created by the Gunny herders. It was banned because it is a very violent game which could lead to death. Without violence, I have always loved to play stick fighting with my family members. My dad and I watch boxing together. It actually turns out that a type of boxing called the Dambi was created in Africa. The dominant hand of the boxers is tied with a rope and they have to try to make the other person drop in order to win. Other sports activities that were created in Africa include Tak Kurt El Mahag. This is a game which is very similar to baseball. Donkey race is very popular in Kenya Island, and Savika, which is a bull charging game. My favorite game to play is basketball. In my African heritage, I have inspirational persons who have succeeded in basketball and have given me hope for my future dream. This includes Cote d'Ivoire and Salah Murray. Africa heritage means a lot to me because it has given me a love and appreciation for sports. Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Very good.
That's welcome back there.
Very good one.
Yeah, that essay competition. My goodness, and he read it with such passion.
Yes, definitely a wonderful read.
Congratulations, John. John? What is this, John? John, you're right. Just right so good, and then, why? Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Okay, let's make the presentation now.
Even before I say that, before I do that, I must say that
Could I have that again?
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. No, you go ahead. I just want to look through it.
Interestingly, in general, I must say that that the grammar, the whole aspect of the English within the essays in general was quite good. I'm not an English teacher professionally, but I mean, at least I know a little thing. And it was very, very good. You didn't find words out of place and things in the wrong place. So in general, all of the students that really participated were quite well as far as the grammar and their presentation. So, young Prince John, make your prince already, eh? Thank you very much for your outstanding presentation.
You're welcome.
Your very beautiful presentation and unique as well in its form. So in your category, you had about, including your sister, you had about 7 or 8 people that you were kind of running with, and no, your sister was not in your category, pardon me, in your house, whatever. But she has a prize, because everyone is going to get, let me say this quickly, Brother Dave, just so it be clear.
This quickly. Go ahead.
Everyone, even those who are listening, all those who participated will be getting a free pass to Stingray City to utilize on, of course, their own leisure time.
Okay.
So there's something for every single person that participated in this. But you, my lord,
Before you give him that, there's something that John, I like this, and I want to read it for the general audience. It says, I am not African because I was born in Africa, but because Africa was born in me. I like that, John. I like that, little boy. Go right ahead now.
that's actually, well, I don't know, but that's a quote. From my understanding,
it's a quote. Yeah,
it's a
but he
quote from-
selected and put it in.
You know, say this quote from Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah.
Yes, from my knowledge.
Yeah. Well, the fact that he selected it
Yes,
to put
definitely.
it in his presentation,
Very good. Yeah, of course.
it speaks volume of his thought. Because, like the mom says, they were on their own to do this. And the fact is, I like this. I am not African because I was born in Africa, but because Africa was born in me. John Jermaine, his presentation.
Yes, my brother. So congratulations to you. You have won the Acer Chromebook 311 laptop. It is all yours. Use it in the best of health, and I pray all prosperity and productivity for you. Blessed love and all blessings.
Okay, thank you very much.
I hope that I'll be able to go and watch him playing basketball.
Sometime.
Yeah. Well, he's 10 now, so another 5 years down the line, if I'm around. Mrs. Jermaine, if he's playing, so Dave, let's go and watch Jermaine John play. Congratulations again to you.
And mommy
Thank
and
you.
daddy.
You have any final words, John?
Not really.
Not really? Not really?
Don't get where you want.
But John says,
let me quit
I
talking
wanted an instrument and I wanted this and I collected it.
I'm talking now.
We take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
And definitely wonderful, wonderful, full congratulations to all those young ones. And of course, we have one more to go. And you will definitely see exactly what she presented, but just reminding you all that you definitely can enroll your young ones, your little ones, your students into the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge International Homeschool Cosmic Classes. What you are gazing on is the brochure, and from you contact us for sure. We will definitely send you a copy of the brochure. Of course, you know, it's precise27@gmail.com. These classes are in video form and they appear in your inbox. That's your email every day. You're going to get more than 160 classes over a 10-month period. And let me just say clearly that we offer astronomy and African heritage. The children love their daily lessons, that's for sure. Our classes are sent out every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. Payments are just $50 per month. Yeah, or over a period of a year is 300 US per the year, which you would save 200 United States dollars. So this is something you definitely want to be a part of, and take it from me, it is something that your children themselves will fully appreciate, love, you know, definitely. So give thanks for Brother Dave Lester Payne for entertaining us. And even before we return there, let me just remind you for sure that it's Wednesday, the 14th of April, 2021, 7 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time or Eastern Standard Time. They are aligned right now. It is the Honorable Priest Isaac online lectures. Once again, this is a must-see lecture. Chalice. Listen, man, this ain't no joke, eh? Chalice in Wonderland. As I said, many people are going to run and try to watch the movie now and see if they can figure it out, but that's not what it's all about. You need to come and sit in with us. And remember, you could get your early bird tickets now. You could definitely make your payments using the Cash App. Atonra, ATONRA 2723 at G. Now, what am I telling you? I'm giving the email there. Atonra 2723. Atonra 2723. But of course, the link is in the description below. Or you could definitely email us, precise27@gmail.com. And we give you more information on how you could make that money transaction. And you definitely have to be in the webinar hall. Remember, this is a webinar lecture, online lecture, you know, so you don't have to fly and come. We ain't gonna come to you. Yeah, we just send you the key and you'll be there online. You make your registration, you register for your spot by paying using the Cash App. And remember, even though you make the payment using the Cash App, and of course we will see the receipt and the record, please still contact us via email. And of course, we'll be able to make that transaction wherein we would give you your electronic key to be in the hall that evening. So that's going to be a wonderful one. And of course, I'm hoping that by then you would have, if you don't already have, your chalice when we enter into that reason. What a joy it's going to be, you know, to sit and sup your cup as we enter into that reasonment. All right.
Mounted all the other schools
You
that
don't
came
have to
in.
follow my part, no. This is your stuff.
Johanna, I want to make sure I present that correctly. Now, this was very scholarly. this is what stood out here now. Remember, as I said, the good sister that was in here before, her presentation was very nice, but this was extremely scholarly, quite lengthy too. I think it was the longest essay that I received, but I mean, it was filled with knowledge and my kind of information and my kind of nuggets. So it really kind of blew my head. Both my children read all the essays as well. So it was the three of us that did the what you call adjudication. The three of us that came to the conclusion. So it wasn't me alone. So congratulations, my good sister. I don't know if you would give us a bit of this. I don't know, Brother Dave, if we want all or she's just going to give us a section.
Let me explain this to you. This is going all over the world. And she took the effort. It's up to her. But I would like to hear it. But before I do that, Mrs. Jacobs, how did your daughter get involved with this competition?
Well, we were listening to Voice of the People, and Priest Isaac came on the radio, and he was talking about the essay, and then Johanna said, Mom, I think this is something I would like to enter.
Oh, she said that?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes. She
There
said
you
that,
go.
and
There you go.
so
You can't
of course I
underestimate the
encouraged
young
her.
ones.
Yes, I encouraged her. I said, great.
That's
And
deep. I like that.
we all know that we are kind of challenging devices because I need a device, and sometimes our classes, she is live and I am live, and so we will need a working device because sometimes the device that I am using, there's no audio. It comes and goes. So
Challenging time. COVID.
COVID,
Yeah.
and its problems.
Yeah. Johanna, what made you wanted to? What piqued your interest?
Well, mainly the topic. Yeah, I always felt like this topic isn't something that's always talked about in the right way, because I think usually when people mention African history, they always start with slavery. But to me, African history is something very rich and something you should be proud of. So
What's your favorite subjects in school?
math and technical drawing.
You know, I like that. They're all three. All three. They like maths. And whatever you can, Mom, keep it up. And well, of course, you're a teacher, you know, so whatever you can, just continue, because too many times we hear children who seems to, and I think they're afraid of math, but not actually the work. It's just in their psyche. So, Johanna, so you got down to broad tax. You're going to read it for us today?
Sure.
Oh, you have it in the
I have
device?
it in here.
Oh, you have to. Yes, sir. She's not dependent on yours. So let's hear Johanna, of course, Jacobs, and she's the winner. After you finish, Priest Isaac will make the presentation to you.
And my own is in her handwriting, but her own is typed.
Okay, go right ahead there, Johanna.
He screamed in agony as the whip tore through his smooth, soil-colored skin for the third time. There will be no disobedient slave on my plantation. His master's deep, cold voice rang through his ears. This scene will be one of many in various movies remembering our African heritage for Black History Month. Is slavery really a big part of African history, or is African history and heritage so much more? For me, the African heritage is a rich and proud one, not of a conquered race, but of a people and heritage that were conquerors in math, engineering, architecture, tool-making, medicine, and navigation. Africa's contribution to math is one of the world's best-kept secrets. 8,000 years ago, people from Zaire and Nigeria created an impressive number system based on units of 20 instead of 10. It included subtraction of numbers and high-level reasoning. More than 35,000 years ago, Egyptians discovered geometric formulas to calculate area and volume of shapes. Their ancient textbooks also had algebraic equations and great math formulas that we still use today. Africa's heritage is also one of engineering genius. The kingdom of Kush and its influence lasted for hundreds of years. It was a superpower that had impressive pyramids. Kush, or modern-day Sudan, constructed with great architectural details. Their pyramids, tombs, temples, burial chambers, magnificent palaces, and capital cities. In the 12th century, there were hundreds of great cities across Africa. Zimbabwe, and Mozambique designed and created huge stone complexes that were hubs in their cities. Their cities included massive castle compounds with several rooms for different activities. Timbuktu, in the 13th century, boasted of grand palaces, mosques, and universities. Across Africa, there was also a rich heritage in tool-making. These included steam engines, metal shields, saws, copper and iron tools, and bronze weapons. Tanzania, Rwanda, and Uganda, between 1,500 and 2,000 years ago, were more advanced in tool-making than Europe. Ancient Tanzanian furnaces could reach 1,800 degrees Celsius, hotter than those created by the Romans. Much of the medical treatments that are used in the medical field today were discovered by Africans. Before Europe invaded Africa, medicine in Egypt, Nigeria, and South Africa, for example, was much more advanced than medicines in Europe.
Wow.
It was Africa that used plants and salicylic acid for pain. That is the aspirin the medical field uses today. It was African intellect that performed these medical procedures before the Europeans. Vaccination, autopsy, limb traction, bullet removal, brain surgery, skin grafting, installation of false teeth, and caesarean section are to name a few. Ancient African surgeries were done under antiseptic conditions, when this was hardly known in Europe. My African heritage is one to be proud of, with great advances above their time. Unlike what is taught in school, it was African explorers that sailed to South America and Asia hundreds of years before the Europeans. Thousands of miles of waterways across Africa were trade routes. The Mali and Songhai built boats 100 feet long and 13 feet wide that carried up to 8 tons of cargo. About the 13th century, Africans also sailed to China carrying elephants as cargo. Many African countries used their boats for commercial trade with European and Asian countries. Across Saharan, traders traded gold, fine pottery, and luxury goods with Roman traders. Nations across Africa were commercial giants. In AD 711, the Moors of northern Africa created a state that prospered culturally and economically. They were known as an economic center where education and the arts dominated. The state became so powerful that they captured and ruled modern-day Spain and Portugal for 375 years.
That's African people.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, yes,
wow.
sir.
That's all right. The teachers, all those ladies over there. Go ahead, go ahead. My goodness.
The Moors expanded and improved Roman irrigation systems to help develop a strong agricultural sector. They introduced many new crops such as figs, pomegranates, cotton, lemons, oranges, sugarcane, and rice to Spain. African heritage is not just about those that tried to conquer our body but could not conquer our will. African heritage is one of great intellect, wealth, royalty, and power. It is a heritage of greatness we must continue in and be proud of.
Man, I'm proud of you. Chris, I could see why you said when her presentation was right, because many times you spoke of these things.
Yes.
And that's before slavery, where the Africans dominated,
Yes.
long before slavery.
And if you notice, it started like a novel.
Yeah.
Right, the whips and third time and whatever. Yeah.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Now,
He screamed
Listen.
in agony as the whip tore through his smooth. So,
not
yeah.
once, but 3 times.
Yeah.
Mom, Mrs. Jacobs, what was it like when your daughter was doing her preparing this?
Well, she was actually always in front of the TV, YouTube. She seemed to have gotten a lot of stuff from YouTube. Yeah, so it's between YouTube and Google. She would come and say, I didn't know this, I didn't know that. Yeah, a lot of stuff seemed to have been impressing on her. Yeah.
Now that you've made all this discovery, how do you feel about your presentation and where you are as a black person, an African lady?
Oh, I feel very proud to be an African. Yeah, and I think that this shows that I come from greatness and I should continue this greatness today.
My goodness, as great as it is, good congratulations. You are the winner. Presentation time.
Yes, blessed love again. Well, Sister Johanna, full congratulations to you. You have won a brand new Acer 5-spin laptop. It is all yours.
Thank you.
You ain't got to share it with no one unless it's your will to do so.
Thank you.
And use it in the best of health and all prosperity and the best for you in the future. Congratulations.
Well, congratulations. You have one question for you. Now your mom is teaching at the same school that you attend. How difficult is that? You're not in her class?
No, I'm not. She's never taught me. I mean, it's not very difficult.
She's never taught you?
No.
Okay, if you do anything wrong, I'll complain to mommy down there. No, she mommy down there. She's never taught you?
No, never.
Wow. How is that?
Well, it just so happens every school cycle is you don't know who you're going to teach, so it's not. It's just a coincidence that I really never taught her.
My goodness! But you taught my daughter.
Yes, yes.
Now, you know something, in the interest of time here as well, I'm going to go forward to the other discussion that I know most of you wanted to hear. And I must say, before I even go there, you know, we got to take an interest in the education of our children, you know. More times I find these subject areas somehow it just don't attract that much attention, you know. We don't do it for the likes, eh? Not even for the views. It's just about reaching who it's supposed to reach. But in reality, in analyzing it, the reality is that, you know, ones are more gravitated to things of, you know, even things that seem argumentative and debate and which one is right and which one is wrong. Yeah, people do gravitate a lot to that, even conscious ones. But when it comes down to the education of our children specifically, you know, it's like a second thought. So give thanks to those who fully appreciate this, and give thanks to all the winners and all the youths in general, for they all came out winners, as you would have heard. I'd like to give a special thanks to Empress Ethiopia and the full Ubuntu movement. I'd like to give thanks to Brother Mike Duong. I'd like to definitely bless up and give thanks to Dwight Doherty, and Sister Beverly Brathwaite, all the way in the UK as well. I've loved that sister there for the strength. And we definitely like to give thanks to Brother Quinono's, David Quinono's, give thanks for the love as well. And all those who would have put forward their hands, even in assistance towards this year's essay competition. All right, I stayed on this program with the good brother Dave Lester Payne, and we had a quick reasoning concerning the Bible and the Easter resurrection. Let me give you that part now.
Theme. Okay. Now, what I want to do today is to take a look at least the scriptures. There's something I want to highlight. What I want to do before we even get to the end, just to show you the end, we want to look at the symbolism, the allegorical nature of the resurrection story. I'm going to repeat. The allegorical nature of the resurrection story. Okay, we're going to do some quick reading here. So in the book of Luke, we're back to Luke again, James.
Most people around here.
In the book of Luke, chapter 24.
Don't get the knowledge you get, eh?
Okay.
That's the truth.
Now, upon the first day of the week,
I'm sure it is the same by you.
In the morning, they came unto the sepulchre, bringing the spices which they had prepared, and certain other spices with them. Okay, that's the woman. Let me start somewhere else. Hold on. Let me start here at John first. Let me get it straight here. John chapter 20. The first day of the week cometh Mary Magdalene early. And when it was yet dark, unto the sepulchre, and seeth the stone taken away from the sepulchre. Then she runneth and cometh to Simon Peter and to the other disciple whom Jesus, I'm going to say Jesus, in fact, no, let me say Christ, whom Christ loved, and said unto them, just in case somebody's following me, I want them to know why I'm changing the word, and said unto them, they have taken away our Lord out of the sepulchre, and we know not where they had laid him. Peter therefore went forth, and that other disciple that came to the sepulchre. So they ran both together, and the other disciple did outrun Peter, and came first to the sepulchre. And he, stooping down, looking in, he saw linen clothes laying, yet went he not in. Then cometh Simon Peter following him, and went into the sepulchre, and seeing the linen clothes lie, and the napkin that was about his head, not lying with the linen clothes, but wrapped together in its place. Okay, I'm going to skip over some of that. Now, Mary. But Mary stood, verse 11, but Mary stood without the sepulchre weeping. As she wept, she stooped down and looked into the sepulchre, and seeth two angels sitting in white, the one at the head, and the other at the feet, where the body of Christ had lain. And they said unto her, Woman, why weepest thou? She said it unto them, Because they have taken away my Lord, and I know not where they have laid him. And when she had thus said, she turned herself back and saw Christ standing, and she knew not that it was him. And he said unto her, Woman, why weepest thou, whom thou seekest? She, supposing him to be the gardener, said unto him, Sir, if thou hast borne him hence, tell me where thou hast laid him, and I will take him away. And he said unto her, Mary. She turned herself and said unto him, Rabboni, which is to say, Master. And Christ said unto her, Touch me not. This is very important. Touch me not. For I am not ascended unto my Father, but I go to the brethren and say unto them, but go to my brethren and say unto them, I ascend unto my Father and your Father, and to my God and your God. And it goes on to say that she went and she reported to the disciples, etc., what happened. All right, good. That is the book of St. John, the account of the resurrection story. All right, this is a classroom session we're having here now. So the listeners, pen and paper and listening now. This ain't just a regular conversation. We have switched gears here. All right. Matthew 28. In the end of the Sabbath now, as it began to dawn towards the first day of the week, came Mary Magdalene and the other Mary to the sepulchre. And behold, there was a great earthquake, for the angel of the Lord descended from heaven, and came and rolled back the stone from the door and sat on it. His countenance was like lightning, and his remnant white as snow. And for fear of him, the keepers did shake and became as dead men, that those who were guarding the tomb. And the angel answered and said unto the woman, Fear not ye, unto the women, fear not ye, for I know that ye seek Christ, who was crucified. He is not here, for he is risen, as he said. Come, see the place where the Lord laid. And go quickly and tell his disciples that he is risen from the dead, and behold, he goeth before you into Galilee, and lo, you shall see him there. So they departed and they went forth. Now, listen to this. As they went to tell the disciples, behold, Christ met them, saying, All hail. And they came and held him by his feet and worshipped him. And he said unto them, Be not afraid. Go and tell my brethren that I go into Galilee, and there ye shall see me. I'm not going to read no more of that one. Now, just an observation. Now, in the book of John, Mary Magdalene came to the tomb, and the stone was already rolled away. According to John's account, she went back and told the main disciple, Peter, something going on over at the tomb. Peter and someone else went before her, check out the place, leave. She returned. And when she returned, she saw 2 people.
Mm-hmm. 2 angels.
Yeah. Inside. 2 of them sitting, let me see, sitting or standing. All of that we have to see now, this different thing.
One was at the bottom.
One was at the top, and they both were sitting, if I'm not mistaken. And they told her, well, go and check the disciple. And she turned around and she saw the Christ. And when she was going to touch him, he said, hey, touch me not, because I have not ascended to the Father. Now in Matthew, it says that Mary and another Mary came. Okay, everybody, you give an account. I hope nobody's saying, well, you're trying to say the Bible contradicting. No, that's not the subject today. I'm just being honest. This is honest reading here. We had educators in here a moment ago. If you were in school and they say, I'm going to give you 4 stories, please point out the differences. That's why we go to school and learn. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm pointing out what I'm not seeing, kind of,
It's not
connected.
It's not gelling.
Oh, I love that.
It's not gelling. It's not gelling.
I like that, man. So yeah, so the 2 Marys came, and they as well saw the stone removed. Now they didn't run away. They saw, according to this, the angel sitting on the stone, and he tell them, well, you didn't even have to come and look, He gone. So when they were going to tell the disciples now, they don't tell them yet. Christ appeared unto them. Now you see the difference? In the first one, in the book of John, when she saw it open, she alone, she went to them and they came and investigated. And when she came after, she saw 2 angels sitting both at the head and the feet of the tomb, of the way he laid. Then she ran into him, and he clearly showed her, do not touch me.
This is Jesus.
Yeah.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Because I have not ascended to
I have not ascended. The other account now is showing you, and I'm getting to a key point here. The other account is showing you now that herself and someone else came. Stone move, angel sitting on the stone. Don't go inside, the man done gone. Go and tell the disciples. On the way to the disciples, they meet the Christ again. This time they go and hold his feet.
Him. So why was he telling Mary not to hold me? Because
in the other one. Yeah. And when they hold his feet, he tell them, fear not. Like, everything all right, don't worry.
But he was telling her,
don't touch me, because I have not yet ascended. I don't know if he ascended and came back in that version there. You know what I mean? But no. And I'm not even, I don't want to make light of it like if it's a mockery, because I actually take this as a very serious thing, especially for one will take the time to see where I'm going with this. All right, in the book of Mark now, because all of them have their version, chapter 16. And when the Sabbath was passed, Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of James, and Salome, so somebody else here now is the next person to this crew here. Okay, fair enough, had brought the sweet spices that they might come and anoint him. And very early in the morning, the first day of the week, they came unto the sepulchre at the rising of the sun. And they said among themselves, who shall roll away the stone from the door of the sepulchre? Now remember, in Matthew, they came and saw the stone rolled away and the angel on the stone. In John, it was because the stone was rolled away. Mary said, but hey, somebody gone in there, man. Let me go and tell the fellas guy. And I go in there by myself, nobody can mug me. And she gone back. No, a whole crew of women come and hear what they're saying. Oh my.
Who gonna roll away?
Who gonna roll away this stone? All right. Remember the angels still come and do all that, Now, mystically now, they said amongst themselves, who shall roll? Blah, blah, blah. And when they looked, they saw the stone roll away, for it was very great. And entering the sepulchre, they saw a young man sitting on the right side, clothed in a long white garment, and they were afraid. And he said unto them, be not afraid. Ye see Christ of Nazareth, which was crucified. He is risen, and he is not here. Behold the place where he had laid. But go your way, tell his disciples and Peter that he goeth before you into Galilee. Same thing that was said before. And they went quickly and fled from the sepulchre, for they trembled and were amazed. Neither said they anything to any man, for they were afraid. Now that is very serious too. When you understand that now, just keep those notes there, that they were afraid, and that when they went their way, they did not say anything to anyone as they move. Now, the last one before we get into the reasoning of it all, and I put everything together, is Luke. Now we read in Luke. Now, upon the first day of the week, very early in the morning, they came, they came unto the sepulchre, bringing the spices which they had prepared, and certain others with them. So plenty people now. They came with the spices that they have prepared, and certain others with them. So it sounds like a gang now. From one woman to they and others. They and others is at least 4 people. All right, good. At least. Okay. And they found the stone rolled away from the sepulchre, and they entered and found not the body of the Lord. And it came to pass, as they were much perplexed, so they said, what going on here? Let me talk now. Thereabout, behold, 2 men stood by them in shining garments. So in the first instance, it was 2 men, but they were sitting on the 2 ends of the where he laid.
The top and about the feet
right.
and at the head.
Right. In the second instance, it was well, they didn't even see no one that time, because the angel done rolled the stone and he on it, and he said, just go back and okay. Then the other time there was a man inside. And now there's 2 men again, but this time they're standing by them. Very diverse stories here. And them, because once it was Mary alone, then it was Mary and the next Mary, and then Mary and Salome, and now it was they and them. Okay, so the congregation growing as the story moves along. And as they were afraid and bowed their faces to the earth, they said unto them, why seek ye the living amongst the dead? You know the story go, and he'll be in Galilee, etc., etc., saying the Son of Man will be delivered, and okay, we go down. Now, it said here now, it was Mary Magdalene and Johanna, the mother of James, and the other woman that were with them, which told these things unto the apostles. All right. Remember, prior to that, they did not tell anyone anything.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm saying here now, I don't have to lament on this too long. It is obvious. There's no need for no debate. I'm not trying to tell you that the Bible contradicting itself or this and whatever. No. This is a scholastic level of reasoning here. You see, we just came off of an essay competition prize giving for African history. Now, one of the main things, and as I said, especially those who may be listening, they're those who are very dogmatic and they may be even defensive at the moment. If they would just cool down and listen, they would get where we're going with this. This is real nice teachings. I'm showing you, as African people, we are known for expressing our history, our culture, our religion, our theology, all of these things. We express it in song, in dance, in poetry. We also use the theater and good old speaking and writing. We are known for expressing these different aspects of our heritage. I'm going to repeat it again. We are known for expressing these different aspects of our heritage, including history, by using these different avenues of artistic expression. Again, music, instruments, song, dance, theater, painting. We would tell you our history in a allegorical metaphor. We would give you our history in a metaphor. We are known for that. So, for example, like the story of Jonah. For example, it says Jonah was swallowed by a beast, by a great fish. In our tradition, we would draw you on the wall a man being swallowed by a fish. But it does not literally mean that a great scale beast came and swallowed him and kept him for 3 days and 3 nights. No, we have to remember where we were at that time. And we were at a very high level still of civilization, But still we understood the power of symbolic expression. In the Bible, I think it's Galatians chapter 22, if I'm not mistaken, St. Paul speaks about the story of Abraham and Hagar, Isaac and Sarah as being an allegory. What is an allegory? An allegory means that it is a symbolic story. That's what it means. An allegory is more than symbolism. Allegory is usually expressed in song, poetry, and dance.
There we go with the African expression
Yeah,
again.
this is so very much, my Lord. This is so important. So why I'm bringing this into the niche, because I see the Bible as an African book. Because if you Google, we have done that here already. If you go and look, if you type in the oldest Bible in the world, you don't have to type Ethiopia, just type the oldest Bible. That's going to show up. And it's not just the oldest Bible Ethiopia has. It has the oldest set of Bibles. New Testament, Old Testament, what you call that stuff, the books, Gospels of Thomas and Mary and books of Enoch and these things, they are preserved in Ethiopia for 1,000+ years, and that's just the reality of it. So Ethiopia is an African culture. So this is why, for example, when you read the Bible, because some individuals, because of studying and an exposure to a lot of knowledge, they would maybe return to like scriptures like what I just read, because I'm sure there are those listening to me now saying, yeah man, priest, tell them, but tell her the Bible now, say nothing, you know. You hear my story now, want something. One I say one woman, one I say two women, this one I say a whole heap of people. Yeah, boy, try to book the boy. Me now, yeah, that will be the expression because it looks so obviously. But now, this is what I'm saying. In ancient Africa, if you study the story of Anansi and so, and because Anansi is a science, not Nancy's story. No, the Anansi story is an ancient science. Anansi was like a Christ figure. You know, when you study the story of Osar and Osiris, when you read the story of Osar and Osiris, they have different versions of the same one story. Let me give you an example. Osiris is the king of Ethiopia. This is a story. He's actually green in complexion. This is an ancient, one of the oldest concept of a god concept is Osiris. And the story says that when he was coronated, there were 72 guests that were invited. And these 72 took Osiris and put him in a coffin and cut him up into 14 pieces. And after a while, after 5 years, his wife took his body and put it back together. And with the power of Anpu, Anubis, and Tahuti or Thought, he was brought back to life. So that means he was resurrected. Okay, good. There's another version of the very same story that says he was cut up into 16 pieces. Now, I'm just saying, with our colonialized, freshly coming out of slavery mentality that we have, we would, no disrespect to no one, we would look at a story like that and say, but wait, this one is different than that one. This one say cut in a 16 pieces.
The other one says he cut
And this one say cut in a 14 pieces. But he say more than that. He say wife come and put you back together. And this man come and sprinkle some dust and wrap you up and he came back to life. You see all that too? Because all of that is allegory. It's symbolism for something. So that's why different versions of the story would appear. Anyone listening to me that studies Afrocentricity, anybody, they cannot deny or lie that African stories would vary depending on the age that they're given, because a lot of our ancient culture is given in symbolism. It's allegory. So when we say the man was swallowed by the fish, it means that the man went into the belly of the beast. When people go to America, say, boy, may go into the belly of the beast, you know. You know,
in the Babylon.
Yeah, Babylon, you know, necessarily mean you're going into a dragon's mouth. But the Bible, as well as our ancient writings, were known for writing this sort of science in the allegory. That's why the Bible is full of so much dragons coming out of the sea with how much heads and how much horns and how much crowns, and this bear with 2 heads, and this leopard with 4 heads and 4 wings, and this lion with wings, and this beast with teeth of iron. The Bible, well known for this. None of these things exist. I don't think there's anybody listening to me that could clearly be so honest within themselves to tell me they believe one day they're going to see a dragon coming out of the sea with 10 horns and 10 crowns, like how Revelation say. No, some of these dragons in Revelation is human beings. Some of us vote for them people and say, hey, man. No one like you knock your head there.
We're living with the beast.
Right. So we, even the Bible is known for its symbolism. So I'm saying all that to come back to the story there. Because I view it as a symbolic story. all the little differences don't even trouble me. That's me looking at it through African understanding. If you look at it through a European understanding and on a mundane level, you're going to say, but this one is different than that one. Because number one, you're capsulizing this as a literal story, number one. A man die and come back to life in 3 days. Hey, that's the next story altogether. But so because you're there tomorrow morning, you're going to be watching ABS to see what the movie name, The Passion of Christ, and the other one, the Good Friday and all of these things, and the one with Charleston Heston, the 10 Commandments. You know how long we used to think that's how Moses look, like Charleston Heston, what's his name is. When God come out the mountain and lick them commandments off of the mountain. Big thing now when I was little, right? And you hear God say, Moses. I said, yeah, hear that boy. And God come with the lightning. And the tablet dropping his heart. So that has been playing with our mind for a long, long, long time. So this has stuck with us. But I'm saying now, because we take this as raw history. Now I know many people, not you, many people say, what are you trying to say? It's not history. Again, even our history. Let me slow down so you can even hear the ear con. Even our history, we express it in allegory. I'm going to repeat that. Even our history. So there are a lot of things that people look at that they say are not historical because of the way that they're written. But even our history, we change the name and we change the structure. So again, the man gone into the belly of the beast, but we draw him going into a fish. That's how we draw it. We didn't write it, If somebody come and translate it and write it off the wall and say, oh, look, a man going into the fish, let's write that. And he was swallowed by a fish. Go and tell King James to translate that for us. And we go and read it now and say, boy, me wonder how he tap in the fish for 3 days. You see, so over time we lose the essence and the understanding of it. What we're reading about here in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the resurrection story, is what is taking place right now. We just came off of the spring equinox. That is why Easter aligns with the spring equinox, because it's a time of spring, it's a time of flowers, it's a time of a new beginning. That is why even in the Easter world, the East Star is the Eastern Star, East Star has a lot to do with the sun. Even when it speaks about the resurrection of the sun, S-O-N, it's very similar to the resurrection of the sun, S-U-N. And again, there's nothing to be ashamed of there, because from ancient sea, we have always seen the sun, S-U-N, as the symbol of God. That's why people have a lot of the ancient cultures as sun worshippers. That's not necessarily true. We understood the solar biological mechanics of the sun. We knew that. We knew how it worked. We understood the 11-year sunspot cycle. We already understood from an ancient time that the electromagnetic field lines of the pole of the sun would take 37 days to rotate once, and the polar, not the polar, but the equator electromagnetic field line of the sun would take 26 days to rotate once. And we understood that because of those difference in rotation, like the hand of a clock, that these field lines, let me slow down again, field lines, electromagnetic field lines. This is the sun, The sun has, just like the earth has an equator. What's going on here,
No, it's you.
Just like the earth has an equator. The sun has a literal equator, but it's like a field line. Like if you could just imagine a cord of electricity wrapped around the center of the sun. Because we see the sun as fire, but the sun would quicker electrocute you than burn you up. That's the sun is what keeps everything around it in the solar system alive. So the ancient ones would always see the sun as a symbol of the creator, because it kept everything alive, photosynthesis, evaporation, condensation, nothing moving, even your voice traveling from here to there. There's nothing in existence without the power of the sun. It's not that the sun is God Almighty, but the sun is a creation too. But the purpose that it serves, we used it with allegorical understanding to represent God. Good. So that's why you see a lot of the ancient figures like Ra, the Kemetic god, seen as the sun. That's why Christ would have the halo behind of his head. That's the sun. That's why he's called the sun. Don't make nobody fool you. It's not just by chance that this word sun and that word sun come together. No, it was crafted that way because this sun supposed to represent the sun, which is in the heavens, you know. So again, allegory, the east star is the sun. That's the star, because the sun is a star that rises. This is etymology too, eh? All the people that craft up all of this stuff, they take time.
They know what they were doing.
And sit down behind
They
it.
knew exactly what they were doing.
And say, Charlemagne, what do you think about that?
So what's the name there? Charlemagne. Charlemagne. Okay.
What do you think about this
What
one?
is it? What conclusion are we coming to with this one? Let's take a commercial break. Oh my goodness. Thanks a lot for staying with us. Priest, the world is saying a great program.
Yes.
And you want to say hi to you also.
Yes, blessed love to Brother
Yeah,
Howard Isaac, of course.
And the rest of the world are responding via WhatsApp.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, my brother, I know we promised that we might take a few calls. The subject area that I'm on here, to be honest, is so extensive, and to be very honest, you see me just jumping here and there, trying to fill up the space to give it as best an understanding. But when to really encapsulate this, you know, it takes time to break down a few things. So I'm going to continue. But if I have to stop to take a call, if anyone wants to question even the subject area that I'm covering now.
Yeah, feel free to call 462-2911.
Right.
Yeah. This is Precise X doing, right? Because you guys know I don't like
so
call in 462, but of course it's Holy Thursday.
Yes. So they should take the chance now, you know, they never know. I mean, I may not ask you again to open the phone lines, because they like to say that, you know, well, he was on Dave, not me directly, but whoever they think they're talking about. Yeah, they love go up on Dave because they know Dave not take no call.
Yeah, but it's a different
you know what I say?
When you're in a classroom, right? You
Yeah.
can't be taking phone calls.
Really.
You know,
Really.
the program, there's different entity of the station. We have an open line, and I mean, you got 3 hours of open line. Sometimes they're open line morning. You're open line with Jojo. You're open line, and give me a chance now. I want to relax and understand the subject that we're dealing with on a particular day. But feel free to call 462-2911 if you have any question for Priest Isaac, or you want a contribution to this Holy Thursday, as we look at, of course, the Easter equinox.
Yes, you could say
And you
that
said
the spring equinox is connected to the Easter.
Easter.
Because the equinox is a star. Yeah, the Eastern Star. And the Eastern Star is actually a female version of Freemasonry, actually.
Who?
Eastern Star. When if you ask about the Eastern Star, it's Masonry basically for the females. But anyway, so really, when we observe the whole aspect of the sun again, so that is why tracking the sun with understanding, as I said, this is a new beginning. Remember, this is how we really brought theology into reality, because theology, of course, you know, the study of God, you know, the itself. If this is mystic, you know, etymology is so strange, that see words like even that, this, these, the, you'd be surprised that they're directly connected to the word God. Just like Theo.
Turn that way.
Theo is God.
Yeah.
So even in our language, we tend to use a lot of the, like the man, and you know, if I get the, but every time we say the, it's almost like saying God. Believe me, it sounds strange to some, but it's
someone is taking the opportunity to call in.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Connecting. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Yes, my brother.
I'm kind of glad you opened the line, right? Because a lot of people, I'm one of them who always saying that a lot of folks go and hide on Dave's show because nobody allowed to call, you know, question or have any comments or whatever. I must agree with you one thing, that in like almost any kind of historian or writers, no two individual would give identical depiction or anything for any kind of story. But there's one thing for sure: the Bible is not conflicting in any way.
The Bible is not what?
You know, the Bible is not conflicting in any way.
Oh, okay.
All right? That's why it says you have to study to show yourself approved. And as much as the brother say yes, there are certain parts of the Bible that are written in allegory. But also, you have to know the normal man, just a regular man, don't pick up the Bible and interpret it. The Bible is written by inspired men of God. And it's only when you have the blessings and the vibration from the Most High, you get to understand the Bible. Because you could read the Bible every day for 20 years. And 20 years later, you read a scripture and you get a different vibration than what you had 20 years before. And another 20 years after again, you get a different, the level is just a higher level, keep a higher level. You know, it's a higher and higher level. So it's not conflicting, you know, but you understand as much as the Lord, as God wanted to understand for right now. You don't give man everything at one time. So anybody go come and tell you they read the Bible and understand the whole thing, nonsense. You run from them. You know what I mean? Nobody can read and understand one time. And I respect what I didn't say. You know what I mean? But when you say that he met Mary and he tell her don't touch him, yes, he was not sent to the Father yet. But how much does it take for the Most High, who is all powerful, all knowing, and is forever present, to just go to the Father and come back? You know, in a snap of a finger. You know, and why? Okay, everything else is allegory. And why you take that part literal? You feel me?
Yeah, you.
So you choose.
And it's everything else is allegory. No? But go ahead.
No. I know you didn't say everything is. I'm just saying. Right?
Okay.
You're saying that most of the Bible is written in allegorical statements. But that part, no, because like some people also want to say it's conflicting. So therefore, they pick and choose what parts of the Bible they want to say is meaningful in everyday language and what parts are allegory.
All right,
you know?
I get you.
I respect what they're doing still. You know?
Of course, no problem.
Stay safe, man. Stay safe. Someone else is on the line. Good afternoon.
Fully understand.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Dave.
Yes,
good
my
afternoon
good brother.
to my brother.
Yes, my brother. Yes, my brother.
Yes, I just want to endorse everything that the brother is saying. And unfortunately, our people have been so programmed that sometimes they would only believe when what is being said by others.
I'm telling you.
And so I just want to introduce one or the other. There's a book called Shadow of the Third Century by Alvin Boyd Kuhn.
Yes, man.
He was an American of European descent. And the title of the book is Shadow of the Third Century. And there's another book called Book of Symbols by C.H. Sirlot, C-I-R-L-O-T. And like the brother saying, a lot of things in the Bible is symbolic. And if you want to understand the Bible, like the guy before said, you have to read it, study it, and meditate on it. But the Bible as we know it was given to us from a European perspective, copied, plagiarized, allegorized by the Europeans. And so one of the best Europeans ever written about the Bible is a book, like I said, called Shadow of the Third Century by Alvin Boyd Kuhn, K-U-H-N. And people can look it up, and perhaps it will be more palatable coming in from someone else.
But my brother, Kuhn is heavy stuff, you know, man. I mean,
Kuhn is heavy.
I don't know you're carrying some of them people. Yeah, I know disrespect to them. I know Dave don't like when I say
right?
But that's boulders, my lord.
Yeah, and it's my master teacher.
I'm telling
you.
Wow.
Dr. John Henry Clark, who I learned from, told us about Alvin Boyd Kuhn, Shadow of the Third Century. And he just said, just to read, just quickly, a few words. He said, Shadow of the Third Century begins with the assertion that a true history of Christianity has never been before written, and the roots of the Christian religion lie in earlier religions and philosophies of the ancient world. Good show, my brother. I'm listening.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah, Alvin Kuhn is heavy, man. We have done several programs.
Contributions there, and
Alvin Kuhn and the shock of the hour.
And even before we go,
going to get interesting.
A better light again with the whole science of allegory, so it doesn't fly over anyone's head again. Let me just repeat, as I said, even our history. I repeat that again. Even our history. Let me show you something I like to highlight, especially even with the scriptures. I like to ask people, who is it that wrote 2 Samuel? And of course, the answer would be Samuel. Who wrote 2 Samuel? It got to be Samuel. But when you read the books of Samuel, Samuel died in 1 Samuel. Right there, and Samuel died. Samuel died in First Samuel.
So who wrote the second Samuel?
Me asking. But now, what I'm saying, and again, as usual, I'm not making light of it, because there's a science within it. Now, if you tell somebody Samuel was resurrected, they would say no. There's a story in the book of Second Samuel that speaks as if second or first, but there's still in where it gives the impression that you're a preacher.
Yeah, someone is on the line. Okay,
no problem. Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Yes, a blessed afternoon to Peace Isaac and you, Dave, and you in the studio. Mr. Priest Isaac.
Yes, my good brother.
Yeah, certain things I will agree with you when it comes to history.
I hear you.
You understand? And certain things when it comes to the Bible, I disagree.
No problem.
Now, what I want you to do for me, okay? You don't have to give me the answer now.
Okay, sir.
If you know the answer, you can give it to me. If you don't, you can check it out and get back to me.
Here it is.
My number is 780-7899.
Number one again.
Brilliant.
Wow.
Here it is.
Okay? Now, can you tell me what does the beast that rise up out of the sea with 7 heads and 10 horns, what does it symbolize? And where does history start? If you can look at those 2 questions and answer them to me now, I would appreciate it. If you can't answer them now, I'll give you my number. You can call me back when you find and tell me.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Someone else is on the line. Good afternoon.
The heavy homework.
Yeah, good afternoon, brothers.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
I coming from an African-centered point of view.
Yes, sir.
The quote-unquote Bible should never, ever
is, sir.
be no reference
It
point
is.
to African people. The quote-unquote Bible is the most violent, anti-African, anti-woman book on the planet. You want to tell me in Galatians 3:22 when it says, slave, obey your master, who people, right, with love in their heart want to enslave another human being? The Bible is just crap. I'm telling you, no point reference for African people. It's a waste of time. It's a way they use it to enslave our people and to justify going into Africa and uprooting our people. If I had time, I will tell you what Pope Nicholas the Fifth who blessed the slave ship, the ship that it was named, quote unquote, Jesus Christ. And he never had nobody named Jesus Christ. That's a total myth. Ain't no way in African stories you're going to find nothing but no Jesus, because the letter J came in the alphabet 500 years ago. We got to stop with this crap, man, to our people. Why not read books? The philosophy and opinion of Marcus Garvey and other great books, like by Dr. Ben, Dr. Lark, continue, etc., man. You know.
Thanks a lot for calling, but we're running out of time. We're running out of time.
I know you're running, Dave. I know you're running because you come from a Eurocentric perspective.
No, I'm not running. Look at the time. No, I can't run about anything, my brother. We got a minute left on the program. We got you know what? One of these days, priest, we're going to open the phone line for an hour. Okay? Next time we come back when we're talking about the Bible. So, my brother, we'll do that for you. But we only have a minute left on the program this afternoon. And I run from no man, not even Christ I'm running from.
I hear you. Yes, so you had some interesting contributions there. I ain't going to try to jump on all of that.
But make sure you take the number, 780-7899.
He gave me a heavy homework. What was those questions again?
What was the question?
Where history began and, what was the first one?
We call us.
Yeah, but I wanted to know where history began and what was the the dragon with the several heads and the crown, but it means in Revelation. Honestly, I tell you straight, I didn't even take number, but I was supposed to be on that program again, upcoming strong. So I'm sure he'll call back with his answer. In fact, I actually attempted to give an answer at the end of the program in that 1 minute there, but the time didn't really suffice that. Yeah, give thanks, life given to keep up life. But one must comprehend, one must comprehend. There are different levels here, obviously. There are different levels here. And I just give thanks I can facilitate and spark these different levels. And I will just leave it at that. But hey, man, full congratulations to all the young ones that participated in the Honorable Priest Isaac's African History Month essay competition. Give thanks for all the winners, and all of them were winners. Give thanks for all those who contributed for sure. Definitely encouraging ones to, play their part next year when it comes around to this time again. Definitely give thanks again for your presence with us, encouraging you to be a part of the webinar for this cycle. We're talking about Chalice in Wonderland. We're talking about the 14th day of April. It's a Wednesday evening. Oh yeah, we're talking about online lecture. Only 20 United States currency dollars get you into such a zone. Looking forward to seeing you there. You know what you have to do. Just contact us via email, or you can make your payments using the Cash App, and the link for that is in the description below. And give thanks. And remember, once you are a member of the Shock of the Hour, man, the Shock of the Hour subscription team, you know how it goes. You don't even have to worry about none of that stuff. No Cash App and how much does the lecture cost? And now, man, your ticket is already safe. You're already part of that session there. So give thanks for all loved ones. Give thanks for this session this evening, and also the reasoning that we did. And what I'm going to do when myself and I'll have Brother Fitzroy Daly with me when we do the next program with Brother Dave Lester Payne. Fitzroy Daly, he is a theologian. In fact, he's a licensed preacher, if I'm not mistaken, but somehow he has diverted away from the preacher stuff and somehow taken up a conscious way of life. So he's not too fond of the Bible neither. So he will be in the house with me, with Brother Dave Lester Payne. I invited him to come in to get some different angles of this. And of course, those callers will be participating. So look forward. I will be posting this up for you. Don't worry. So do give thanks to the life-given, the keeper of life, Holy Manuel I, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Blessed Lord.